What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this episode of G4 Outdoors. Today we are going to be fishing for bluegill, rock bass, and then going and doing a little catfishing.
Well, here's a little story about two friends that came together, and we started up a YouTube just to talk about whatever. We're on a boat catching big bass and smashing them cats, from review videos to just making you laugh. Cause we got guns, we got knives, we got fishing, we got hunting, we got everything you like, so hit that subscribe button. We're in the outdoors, doing things that we love. We're talking guitars, girls, green grass, and guns.
Now I know that's going to change up because that's the way it does it every single time. We catch all the bluegill and we never catch any catfish. Videos just don't produce themselves. So what I'm going to do today is bring you guys along on just a standard bluegill fishing trip. I'll get out a dial away, just a small little rod and reel. Got on here is a number 4 hooded weighted little bitty guy. And recently, guys, I have been introduced to one of the most amazing baits for bluegill, and that is Gulp Earthworms. Outfishes all other bait, and from what we've been fishing with so far, I can attest to that. These things are very, very, very worm-like. It's insane how much they look like worms, but with that little of a hook, we'll just pinch that in half and have a little bitty piece like yo. Get your little hook. And the reason why you want a little bitty hook for bluegill is they do have small mouths, very small mouths. We'll run it in there one time, just like a regular worm. We'll loop it in there another, and if that doesn't look like a worm that you put on your own hooks, you're crazy. So take this baby off the spot lock and we'll go cruise the bank. Now what I do have on there is a small bobber, slip bobber, about a foot up above that worm, because all these bluegill, they're going to be up really, really shallow, and you want to be really up into these rocks when you are fishing for them, because that's just where they're going to hang out. We're going to toss up close to the bank, and like I say, that's going to be about a foot down, so you don't want to be actually right up into the rocks. You want to be a foot or two off of it. And we will find these bluegill. If not bluegill, they're going to be rock bass. And I see a bobber right here. Are you fishing over here? Nope, you're good, you're good. That's something we are actually coming up and invading these guys' spaces, so be respectful of the guys that are fishing the banks. And even though he cast it out over there, I'm still gonna, well, let's just fish right up here next to him and show him that there are fish right in front of him. Most of the time, these are going to be reaction baits. So as soon as they go in, most of the time, if you don't get a hit once the lure goes straight into the water, you're gonna want to give it a little tap and bring it on back in, because they're not there. But later, I'm gonna fly this baby right up there, right over there. See there? And just like that, we have our first rock bass in the boat. Now this right here is going to be nice catfish bait, but I'm just going to keep on casting, and well, I tell you what, that's how a catfish video winds up. We just start catching and releasing and never wind up getting into a catfish video. But as you can see, this guy's throwing way out here, and really all you need to be is right there on the bank. They're all over the place. And again, that looks just like a worm that you would put on any other hook. I love it, I love it. And then while we're up here on the front of the boat, I'll just look out here and spot fish for, I have my polarized glasses on, but I see pockets, so we'll just pitch out to those pockets where there's good hiding spots. Watch where my nose is going, heading straight into the bank. But yeah, that's all we're going to be doing, is looking for little hiding spots where you think fish are going to be. And we're hung up. Doggone it. Now the reason why I got hooked up is, like I say, I'm actually throwing into those little pockets to where I think that fish are, and most of the time that's kind of behind some rocks or mixed up in between some rocks. So that's going to happen to you. If you're not getting snagged, you're not fishing, right? Get another piece of worm, cut her in half, hook it, and loop it. Bam. Oh, look, that's so tasty. That is so tasty. And a good thing about that is, what are these, $3 or so? And you know, these aren't, of course your worms are going to die, but these are going to have smelly stuff in them. If you're done with this, throw it back in here, it's going to get some smelly stuff back on it. So $3 for this, and you've got I don't know how many worms are in here, 50 worms. Cut them in half, you got 100 worms for $4. You just cannot beat it. Today is a Saturday on Smithville Lake, so there is tons of boat and tons of boat traffic. So day of the week doesn't really matter out here. Actually smashing up along the banks is going to be a good time to come out, because that is washing fresh worms off the bank, and it's just going to make them crave that a little bit more. So it's a really good time to be out here. Pitch right up there into the rocks, right there. Boom, boom. And like I say, 90% of the time it's going to be a reaction bait. So as soon as it hits the water, it's going to, someone's going down to the Old Town Road, I tell you. So as soon as that gets in the water, it's going to be a reaction bait. Move it one more time. And if they don't come out, they're not there. I mean, they're there, but they're not on your bait and ready for it. So that's all you want to do, is just repeat your process over and over. It will also hone your skills on pitching, because if you don't get up into the foot of water, you're not going to be getting them. So, you know, this is kind of a double sport, because you're practicing pitching, and you have to get it up there just right, otherwise you're not going to get them. Boom, boom. And you really got to pay attention to your bobber if you are bobber fishing, because these are really, really light eaters. Like they're not gonna drag your bobber away from you to where it's a super good time. It's just really an indication that they're there. Boom, boom. See that he's on there. Now he's off. Boom, boom, boom. So if you could see that the bobber went under just for a short amount of time, and I set the hook on him and he was gone. That's one reason why we want really, really small hooks, is because the mouths on these things, they're either, if you get too big of a hook, you're not going to be setting good sets on these fish. And you have to open your bail when you cast. That's always a plus when you do that. When you are throwing pillars, you want to be really up close to those pillars, because they do really hold tight to structure. Boom, boom. Boom. See there, they're just down there. They're definitely down there. They're right up on that pillar right there. I don't know how they can't not eat that. That's crazy. Another way of doing it is just letting this drift along. I don't find that as productive as just having an initial reaction bite, because the reaction bites are always going to be a better bite for sure. Let's see if I can put this right up in that guy's lap. Oh, it's beautiful right there. It's beautiful right there. There's another tracker target right there. Beautiful boat. So anyway, we're just going to keep on pitching this bank, and we're going to move it along at a pretty good clip. Just cover some ground here. I'm going to keep my line the same length. I'm not going to be casting or anything, just staying the same distance away from the bank, making lots of little a lot of little snack presentations. Boom. So, like I said, for this one here, it's just kind of small. It's a good sized bait, but kind of small for me. Okay, so here we go again. I'm not going to be casting. I'm just going to be throwing snacks out there left and right. If they want them, they can have them. Just saw that one there. Little bitty fellas, but you keep after them, you'll get the right one out of there. And there's one right there. That's actually just a big old rock bass. So this is the kind of guy I would enjoy putting on a hook for a catfish. He's been caught before, or he's been in some pretty bad fights. He's missing half his mouth there. And ooh, yeah, feeling ooh, good catfish bait. And that right there is how the catfishing videos just fall to crap, because that's silly. We just quit. We have too much fun fishing for the small ones, and we forget to go out and catfish. That's how that happens. So that is why I'm just bringing you guys on a regular old day. You know, we don't have to be out here catching what we intended to come out here for, which most of the time is crappie and catfish. But this is what happens most of the time. You start fishing for bait. Ooh. You start having fun. And if you're not having fun fishing, you're doing something wrong. And fishing for bluegill is a blast. Especially for kids. I don't know. I have as much fun as any kid would have, I would think. Yeah, I think I have just as much fun as kids. I don't go around screaming, but hey, I have fun, for sure. For sure. But if, boom, got a bite, come back and get him. Oh, he's under the water. Woo! 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 Yes! Woo! Woo! That's a big one. Holy Menards, look at the belly on that dude. And again, I'm not going to be casting, just keeping the line length like I am. The more casts you can get out there, the more potential bites you're going to have. So keep throwing, keep throwing. Boom, boom, boom. There's a little bitty guy on there. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Another rock bass right there. That's a nice size right there. And something I do want to demonstrate, if I possibly can, why bluegill are such, or rock bass and bluegill, why they're such good bait for catfish if this guy doesn't jump out of my hands. When these guys get stressed out, you'll notice that they vibrate. Man, I'm not really joking. About 30 hertz. They'll and you can hear them hum. So when they're on the bottom and a catfish comes around them, or any fish comes around them, they get scared and they start vibrating, and that really attracts the catfish into eating these guys. But he's not going to vibrate in my hands. If I stuck a hook in his back, I'd be able to show you. Dang it, see there, I just let a fish go. I just let catfish bait go. That's what happens with our videos. Otherwise, you know, we'd have videos out for you guys left and right on how to catch bluegill, how to catch crappie. But most of the time, that's what happens. We come out here, we just start having fun. Forget the camera. forget what G4 Outdoors is doing for you guys, having fun with us, teaching you how to have fun. And that's what it's all about. And sometimes we just forget about that and keep the fun all to ourselves. It's kind of selfish, right? Not anymore. I'm going to start recording a lot more for you guys. First of all, because I have to make a boat payment. Second of all, well, I have to make a boat payment. And third of all, because I love fishing and I'm out here fishing anyway, why not bring all of you guys along with me? Because as Gene the fishing machine says,
hey, go, don't go, and remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.
Good Lord, did you see how long that Hummer is? I'd like to have Hummers that long. Think we can catch a crappie? You think he's hungry? Come on, eat it, crappie. Eat it, crappie. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. See, even though we have live scope and everything, you can put that bait right in front of their face and they will never eat. Look, I'm smacking him in the head with it. And they will not eat. That's just crazy. That is crazy. All right, coming up here into this corner right here. It's a really good spot for smaller fish to hang out. Not only in the rocks, but right up into the pockets of these corners. These, I wouldn't call it a cove, but right up into these curves right here, you will find a lot of bait fish up in here. Boom, see there? Boom. Boom, another one. It's so hard to control this darn trolling motor today. It's because it's not on. Who keeps stepping on the off? Well, I guess there's only one person up here to step on it, so I guess it's me. Hit me, baby, one more time. I'm talking about the fish. I'm talking about the fish. Actually, if I could put a pre-recorded song on any of these hooks, it's probably what it would play. That or Milli Vanilli. Still got my bait on, got a nice trunk sticking out right there. Go ahead and get up there next to him. Bada bing. Bada no. That looks tasty. That looks tasty right there. Huh? 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 Only look tasty. Kind of like McDonald's menu. Looks tasty. Well, I lie. I love McDonald's. It's my #1 go-to. I think I could live off of McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Chinese food. That's all I need in my life. Get right up there on that log. Get right up there on that log. Give me a tasty morsel right there, baby. Woo! Now, we actually have a bluegill. Shut this baby down real quick. So this is an actual bluegill, and from previous fish that I've taken off of here, you will notice that they've had large mouths. And this guy right here has a little mouth. That'll be your difference between a bluegill. Well, there's many differences, but if they have a little bitty mouth like that, that's why you want the little bitty hooks, because my mouth's not that big. I want the little bitty stupid boo. Where the rock bass, you know, their mouths are, it'll cover his whole head. So bluegill, yeah, that's why you want the little hooks. And if they have little mouths like that, well, they're a bluegill. And your rock bass look exactly like this, except for their mouths are a lot bigger. Andy taught me that last year. I didn't know that until then. So, twada, you learn something new every day, right? That's a bluegill, and you know what? The day's moving on, and we're gonna go swimming sometime. So Mr. Bluegill will go back and I'm going to continue bluegill fishing. Why? Because it's fun. Because it's fun. That's why I do it. That's why I do it. And again, that's where our catfishing videos fall off. You just start having so much darn fun catching the little guys. You forget about the big guys. Because it's not all about the big guys. It's not. It's really not. Just coming out here having fun fishing all by yourself, listening to yourself talk. Well, that's just me. You guys spending time with the wife, so she says. But yeah, she's just hanging out here listening to ebooks. Sometimes she'll read. Sometimes she'll get on a raft while I'm out here trolling the banks. We're just going to keep doing some quick casting. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Do it again. A boom, 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 boom. A bang, 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 bang. This is really wild. Can you guys see this dirt circle? That's pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the day's video. Like I say, the bridge is right here. This is where we started. We've just done this bank line right here, and I haven't tried extremely hard. I've been having a hard time controlling this boat because of the wind and water current. But it is that easy. Just go out and get yourself some Gulp minnows. This minnow's still on here. This minnow's still on here, and I've caught 2 or 3 fish with him. Boom. And I have too much line out. Oh no. I had one on there. I had too much line out. Okay, my first battery died and this one here is on red, so I'm gonna have to end it right here, guys. And like I say, you know, this really isn't hard. Like the bridge is just right here. All we've done is covered this bank. We've caught quite a few rock bass, 1 bluegill, but I'm not dedicating my 100% time on catching these bluegill and taking my time precisely getting on it. I'm taking you guys along on this adventure. I'm messing around with the trolling motor, with the chesty rig on. I can't hold the Garmin remote up here and run it like I usually would, so I'm having to run it by foot, and it's just a little more difficult with me doing this. But you out here by yourself, dedicating your time with actually fishing these banks, you're going to do a lot better. I think just 2 days ago we caught about 16 just off of that point down there alone, and as many bites as I had along this bank, I think I could have had easily 20 on this video with you guys. But you can see how quick you can get those fish in the boat, and that's just for catfish bait. Now you can go out and do your catfishing, and that's something that I'll bring you guys along on, how to catfish this lake and how we do that. One problem with that, it is hard to film at night on this lake. Is the lens all right? If it wasn't, it is now, and I apologize. But filming at night that's a challenge in itself, and it's hard to do with the lighting, the bugs, just everything really. But you know, there's a lot of places to fish out here at night for catfish, and bluegill and rock bass is a prime bait for that. So anyways, guys, I'm not sponsored by any means at all. The Gulp Earthworms, yeah, earthworms, you can see they're kind of brown, and you can see them on my hook. They look just like worms. Worms have been a bait since bait's been around, right? So, you know, it's a perfect bait. It's a perfect bait for what they eat. So go out and get yourselves some Gulp earthworm bait, hook it on a little bitty hook, keep on throwing out there to the bank, whether you're bobbered or not. You can swim that stuff, you can bobber it. Just get out there, catch your bait, and get out there and do some catfishing. But anyways, guys, I hope this video brought you a little bit of information. I hope it brought you a little bit of good time. That subscribe button is free, the like button is free, so go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. I will see you in the next one. I'm out.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I just dream of fishing while I'm going through my workday. I listen to my boss, though he's driving me berserk. Damn it, I can't take much more because my brain is really hurting. And now the bank is always calling and I don't know what to do. And I haven't bought a crankbait since like 1992. But the bass are out there schooling.